Well, I can understand this because I just think Schlupp might have just overrun this ever so slightly, and he does well initially, wins the ball back off Samari, drives across the halfway line, Justin has a go at him, Fass has a go at him. I think he gets a touch on the ball that, but anyway.
It's about control, isn't it, these days? Anyway, Milivojevic is going to come on for Palace. The experienced 31-year-old defensive midfield player who has scored goals against Palace before. And he's coming on, as is Jairo Riedwald, with Ducore and Mitchell going off. So where does that leave us? Riedewald is a defender, obviously. He's going to play at full-back for left-back for Palace. We'll wait and see. Maybe Schlupp tuck back, and I don't know.
Yes.
Riedewald, maybe.
Yeah, I did imagine so.
They have a free kick, and Riedewald looks as if he wants to take it. Just come on, he does. He flicks it into the box. It's headed upwards by Justin, and then away by Daka. Back in it comes. There's a chance here potentially for Edson Odoard, but Leicester have dealt with that. They've knocked it forward. Barnes will chase. Riedewald just pushes it out wide. Riedewald has gone to left back, with Schlupp maintaining his midfield position. This is Ward. Now Ayew back to Joel Ward again. Palace have it deep inside their own half. This is Guy. Now Riedewald. And that's a decent ball forward to Eze. This is Riedewald's first appearance of the season in the Premier League. He's complaining to the referee there about something or other, but he hasn't got the decision.
Well, it just came off his arm there as the ball bounced down.
Minutes of the second half. Who's going to find a way through? Fass finding Justin for Leicester. Now Barnes, that's good play by him, and he's found the onrushing Soumare. It's a great run by Soumare. He's got support here from Castagna, who shoots straight at Vicente Gaeta, who made a pretty comfortable save, but it was a nice burst through midfield by Soumare. He's not the most attack-minded necessarily of midfield players, but he did well there.
He did. I just come back to Castagna, who's made that run as a wing, as a fullback so often. Finally, he gets the ball, but it's such a wide angle on that right-hand side of the box that it's really hard to go for goal from there, because the chance of scoring is pretty low. I was looking at some of the stats that for Leicester, they've scored something like how many goals. They've got the longest shot range. So what does that tell you?
They're shooting from outside the box.
Yeah, they don't work the ball close to goal enough.
They might here. It's Maddison who's going to shoot, and he's put it wide. Presentable chance for James Maddison, who it was another one from outside the box, but not far outside. He only had one thing on his mind, and he's put it wide of the post. Should have maybe hit the target.
Oh, I think he's trying to deceive the goalkeeper here by faking to bend it maybe towards the near post and then wrap his foot around it and aim towards the far, but he just dragged his shot. By his standards, he could have done a couple of things there. Got it onto his left foot, brought it closer to goal, as we said, shooting from so far out. Leicester.
Palace have taken a free kick quickly and are on the potential counter-attack here as Eze brings it forward. Riedewald finds Milivojevic, one of the two substitutes. Here's Zaha, still yet to have any great impact on this game. Riedewald again. And now it's Anderson on halfway. Palace have still not had an attempt on target in this game. Here's Fass. Now it's Dewsbury Hall. He's got away from his man neatly there. He's looking for support. He's got it from Maddison. Maddison just slaloms away from Ayew and finds Harvey Barnes. Barnes into the box. Barnes gets to the byline, but is pushed back. Appealing for the ball having crossed the line. It didn't. Tielemans into the box. And only half clear. Daka back in. And then it'll be hit wildly off target, almost turns into a pass from Sumare, who skewed it off his left boot. Well, it was all rather untidy.
It was, but they're in the ascendancy, Leicester. When I looked in the box, so Harvey Barnes on the left-hand side, there was about 7 Palace players and 1 Leicester player. I mean, this game is screaming out for Jamie Vardy.
Yeah.
A fox in the box, yeah, get someone in there.
Here's Barnes, who's the most likely scorer for Leicester. He has it on the wide left-hand side. He's done well, but it's been shepherded away from goal just for the time being. But he's found Justin. Justin swirls it in, and Aita just watches it go past his post as the ball swirled the wrong side.
Yeah, not a bad ball in, but again, I just don't think there's enough players attacking it. Daka in there, Maddison, but if I was Brendan Rodgers now, I'd be thinking, right, we're on top, how can we go and get a goal? Turn this territory into something tangible.
Well, you think it was reasonably obvious. He's got a man with 143 Premier League goals on the bench, although he hasn't scored in 9 games. Jamie Vardy, he's too short actually of 200 senior goals. Anderson is being hassled and harried by Dewsbury Hall. Header is out of play by Justin.
I mean, do you remember earlier I said at half-time about if I was going to make a change, it might be Dewsbury Hall, but I tell you what, Dewsbury Hall's been superb today. I think he's been really, really good with the ball at his feet, but what do you do if you want to put another striker on? Yeah. You've got to take it somewhere off somewhere.
Here's Tielemans. Now Maddison, good tackle by Milivojevic. Now it's Zaha trying to get forward. He's being shadowed by Sumare, who's fouled him. It's going to be a free kick to Crystal Palace. 62nd minute at King Power, and still no sign of a breakthrough. But Vardy is now receiving instructions and has got his training top off, so you'd imagine his arrival is pretty imminent. Here's Milivojevic for Palace towards Eze. Header away is only as far as Edouard. Now it's Zaha. Edouard again, can't get the shot in. Good tackle by Sumare. Then Maddison tries to play it forward to Daka. It doesn't quite come off. And Palace will try and have another surge forward. Shipped out wide by Schlupp for Zaha. Zaha, edge of the penalty area, still has it, but somehow has kept possession. I'm not sure how. He's written about 3 challenges. In the end, his shot is blocked by the 4th. Justin got in the way. And now it's Ayew, but some encouragement for the Palace fans just at the moment. It's Jordan Ayew, edge of the box. Rolls it back to Milivojevic. Now Gay and Riedewald. There's Eze. And, Palace are keeping possession, but they've gone backwards to Anderson just inside the centre circle. Leicester can't get the ball back at the moment, but Palace aren't doing a great deal with it as it stands.
Looks like a double change might be happening for Leicester too.
Here's Edouard, been in the goals lately, wants to shoot, does! Good save by Ward. That's the first effort on target that Palace have fashioned. And Odsonne Edouard, who scored goals in recent games against Leeds and Chelsea, almost had one against Leicester there. That's the first time really that Danny Ward's had any genuine action, and it was a good save.
It was. I mean, this is really smart, because I think he's actually deliberately, Odsonne Edouard here, played just through the legs of Danny Amati.
Yeah.
And it just could catch the goalkeeper out, but Danny Ward got across really well.
Palace have their first corner of the game. Eze is the man to take it on the far side. There are 4 Palace players inside the 6-yard box. One is Ayew, but he's beaten to the ball. And then a volley by Milivojevic. And he's put it over the crossbar by quite a long way.
He's always on the stretch here. Ball cleared to the edge of the box, and it's not going to reach.
Sumare. So that's a save. Vardy with his 10th appearance of the season, but most of them have been off the bench. Mendy, who's been injured recently with a knee problem, making only his 2nd appearance. And we're going to see Michael Olise as well for Crystal Palace in just a moment, I think. He's going to come on as well. So Edouard, I think, who's going off. So 65 minutes and both teams are making changes to try and affect the game in a positive manner. Olise for Edouard. Olise, 20-year-old former Reading man.
Well, you'd imagine that would mean Ayew shifting over from wide.
See what's happened. Olise scored at Selhurst Park last season against Leicester in a 2-2 draw. Leicester generally have had the better of recent encounters. Palace haven't beaten them in 6. Here's Barnes. Suddenly he's got Vardy to aim at, but he's found Dewsbury Hall. Dewsbury Hall clips it across the top of the bar, really. Miles too high for anyone arriving. He shakes his head and the ball goes away for a throw far side.
What a waste. What a waste. Really good play again. Harvey Barnes driving into the box, slips it into Dewsbury Hall. Terrific little take. He's just got to just roll that across low. I don't know why he's dinked the ball to the back post about 10 foot high. No one's got a chance of getting on the end of it.
Certainly not the best effort by any means, and well, can either side break the deadlock? We're almost up to the 3-quarter mark in the match. Here's Vardy trying to get involved early, but dispossessed. And the ball just kept in at full stretch by Leicester, or was it? Maybe it's crept over the touchline. I think it's going to be a Palace throw right in front of the technical area, which is being patrolled by Patrick Vieira. All in black, other than his white shirt and the white rims of his black trainers. Riedewald takes the throw in, goes backwards to Gueye. And now it's Anderson, and in the end, Gaeta hoofs it up in the air towards halfway. 2 Palace players go for the same ball there, Ayew and Eze. And Ayew won the duel. Here's Zaha, no foul, says referee madly, so Leicester play on. Tielemans lifts it forward towards Vardy. Scooped away though by Gueye. And then upfield from Eze, but Leicester have won it back with Maddison, who fouled by Zaha.
Because I think Maddison just fouled Zaha, so now Zaha got his own back. Not renowned for their tackling.
Have discovered this in the past, that Zaha can be the catalyst for them. That's a good ball forward towards Maddison, but not quite. It was bouncing in front of him, and Gaeta managed to make the save. Ball forward towards Zaha, too long for him. More frustration for the Ivorian. Did, of course, play a couple of games for England, Wilfried Zaha, before switching allegiance. Leicester drive it forward. Here's Vardy with his first chance to create something. Looking to get away from his man. He's won a corner. Riedewald toe poking it over the goal line. Jamie Vardy turns 36 in January, but he's still a real handful when he's on the run.
Well, that was interesting because the camera panned to Brendan Rodgers. He gave a thumbs up, not to a player, but to the ball boy. Because these ball boys have got the ball in play when it's gone off really quickly.
Yeah. Well, it's this multi-ball system, isn't it? Yeah. So it's another corner to Leicester. James Maddison on the far side will take it. Vardy is there, obviously. Barnes as well. Castagna, Wout Faes. In it comes. It's Jordan Ayew's head who gets it first, and he gets good distance on the clearance as well. Tielemans, though, that's a brilliant ball. And here's Maddison again. Good tackle by Ayew once more. Good defending there by Jordan Ayew. First with the header and then with the tackle. But Leicester come again. Ball is knocked forward by Mendy. Milivojevic picks it up for Palace and finds Schlupp centre midfield. Just above 20 minutes remaining. at the King Power, where we're yet to see a goal. But here's Olise, a talented youngster, but he's knocked off the ball there fairly easily. Tielemans for Leicester finds Barnes. Now it's Dewsbury Hall, back to Harvey Barnes, covering challenge from Joel Ward. Ball goes out of play for a throw, 5 yards from the corner flag on this near side. It's taken quickly. This is Justin, and now Mendy. Gets it back from Fas. Now Barnes. All the way back to Justin. There's no great pace about Leicester's attack at the moment. Now it's Amate. A little bit of space potentially over on the far side for Castagna, who drifts infield. Back by Maddison to Tielemans, who with a lovely ball finds Castagna. Now it's Maddison. Can he find a shot? Yes, he can, but it's held by Vicente Gaeta. He managed to find enough space to get an effort on target, but it wasn't the most demanding saves from the Spaniard, who just clutched it fairly comfortably out of the air.
Yeah, he's had his eyes on the ball, you know, trying to bend this towards the near. James Maddison, Guaita had it covered pretty well. He's had a good game, isn't he, Guaita, whenever he's been called upon?
Here's Milivojevic for Palace. Now Zaha, far side. He's got Olise and Ayew in front of him. He's found Riedeval. This is Milivojevic again. Oh, the ball is a poor one. And it'll be fielded by Danny Ward.
Well, he's had that one save to make, hasn't he, from Edouard, and that's been about it for Danny Ward. I can't recall too many others.
Leicester fans might be pleased about that. His form hasn't been great. Anyway, here's Dewsbury Hall down the channel towards Vardy. Vardy's going to get there ahead of Anderson. Does he win a corner there? No, it's come off Vardy last. It's a goal kick. Anderson did well with the cover. Good ball, and Vardy again showed that he's still got plenty of pace. He's good at playing off the shoulder of the defender.
He is. Just out-muscles Joachim Anderson here and tries to then nutmeg Mark Gurhey. Kept his legs closed, and in the end, ricocheted off Gurhey back into Vardy, and it's gone out for a goal kick.
18 minutes to go. Leicester 0, Crystal Palace 0. Don't forget, we've got every other game, of course, as we have every weekend for you. The next one up is 2 more sides in the bottom half, very much in the bottom 3, both of them. Wolves against Nottingham Forest. No Bruno Lage, of course, for Wolves. He's been relieved of his duties. Rumours that Nuno Espirito Santo could be on his way back to Molineux. Forest have, despite their travails this season, given a new contract to their boss, Steve Cooper. So 2 very different managerial stories there at Molineux. Russ Hargreaves and Rufus Brevin will be bringing you coverage of that one once we conclude here. Now then, ball down the line towards Zaha. Should be easy for Daniel Amate. Oh, it's a terrible ball. He didn't look. And Ward was alive to it. It almost came through to Jordan Ayew. And Daniel Amate is shaking his head, and well he might. He's very relieved. He didn't look, and Ayew almost nipped in, and Ward did well.
Well, he actually played it, you know, sort of too close to the Palace attackers. He needed to put that on his goalie's right foot, right close to the byline. Really bad pass there from Marty. Well, in fairness, it was on his weaker left foot, but nonetheless, that's what you get, I guess, when you're right side centre back and then trying to play the ball back to your goalie with your weaker foot.
Here's Fas for Leicester. Only won 1 game this season, only got 4 points this season. This would only be a 5th. It would take them off the bottom on goal difference, but Forest would have the immediate opportunity in the game that follows this one to put Leicester back there. Here's Ayew tangling with Amate. Palace play it forward, but it's a little bit aimless, and it'll be defended by Castagna, who finds Mendy, the French substitute. Back from injury, he has the ball now and finds Justin on halfway. Now Barnes, poor ball, straight at Anderson, ahead of Olise. We're back into a little spell where there's not been much quality, aren't we now?
Yeah, I mean, Palace guilty of giving possession away quite a few times pretty cheaply.
Anderson's beaten to it. What will Gareth Southgate have made of James Maddison's performance
Yeah,
today.
I mean,
It's full of endeavour, but it hasn't quite really sparkled, has it?
He's looked most likely though, I've got to say,
Yeah.
James Maddison, here he is,
Yeah.
pocket.
Well, still time for him to create something. Back to Mendy, and now Justin has to turn and go backwards. This is fast, Mendy again. Justin once more, and fast again, little triangles, but it's not really helping Leicester. We're still inside their own half. 15 minutes to go. Still time for either of these two teams to win the game. Increasingly likely that one goal will be enough for either. Here's Maddison, and now Amarte. Maddison again, right-hand side. Now it's Tielemans. Got a lovely ball, but it's well read by Gay. He's played well, but he's not played a good ball there. Straight back to Tielemans. Tielemans down the right-hand side. Here's the cross from Castagna. It's come towards Harvey Barnes. It doesn't reach him, though. Maddison tries to control it on the edge of the box. It goes back to Justin. Now it's Mendy centre midfield. That's a useful-looking ball to find Maddison. Now back again. Leicester dominant at the moment, but still quite away from goal, only midway inside the Crystal Palace half. This is fast. Now Tielemans once more. It's a useful ball if it's kept in, but it's not by Dewsbury Hall. Just too much pace on it. Well, the Leicester fans behind that goal looking a little bit nervy. Last home game was a triumph. They walked away from that one thinking, well, we've turned a corner. Here's a fairly unusual sight. Wilfried Zaha is being substituted for Crystal Palace. So, having scored in his 5 previous appearances at this stadium, he's drawn a blank, and he's going to be replaced by Palace fans who've watched him for so long. Here's Maddison. He was pulled there, wasn't he? Yes, he was. Now then, he's gone down holding his face. I think he's okay. It was Gay who got hold of him, and clearly a foul. I wonder whether Maddison might have a pop at goal from this one, because it's about 25, 30 yards from goal, but it's in quite a central position.
Yeah, just slightly to the left, which does favour a right footer. Left-hand side of the box.
I'd say that's very presentable from someone of Maddison's technical ability, and Gaeta is spending quite a while organising his wall. The referee has spray-painted the line to which the Palace trio of defenders must retreat. Is 3 enough in a wall? I wonder with Maddison's possibility of bending it either way.
Yeah, that's the goalkeeper's call there. You can see him with his glove up, pointing 3 fingers, maybe because of how far out it is. It's a big wall. There's some big players in there.
Yeah, they've been joined by a 4th now. Now then, can Maddison work some magic for Leicester City to help give them a much-needed win? Steps up, hits the wall, goes behind. Corner kick is all Leicester get. Maddison smiling, but he's got another set piece.
It was disappointing, wasn't it? I mean, that curved run-up that he had, so much whip and bend on that ball to then reverse it over the wall. He almost looked like he gave himself too much to do there.
He'll be happy if he can make this set piece count, because he's got a corner on the near side, right-footed in-swinger from Leicester City's main man this season. In it comes, there's the header! And it drops in front of the goalkeeper off the head. I think it was a Castagna. He's got a downward header. It's a grounded box, and Gaeta grabbed it.
I think it might actually come on Joel Ward.
No, I think it off Joel Ward's back. Probably good job for Palace, because Castagna got any power in the header, it might have been more demanding, but as it was, he just dribbled down into Gaeta's gloves, really, off his own defender. There's Anderson for Palace. Ateta with his first involvement. It's a decent ball to find Riedewald. Ateta again, the tall number 14, who's come on as a substitute, just the one goal this season, and it was in the Midlands. Here's Riedewald finding Ayew. And Ayew again, just trying to find a way through, but not able to at the moment. Now it's Anderson. We're inside the last 10 minutes at the King Power Stadium, where we've yet to see a goal. We haven't seen too much goal-mouth action of any kind, really. I'm afraid at the moment it looks like a potentially nailed-on 0-0, doesn't it, where both managers would be reasonably happy and yet probably not entirely content, if that makes any sense. Now then, that's a yellow card for Jamie Vardy.
Well, it's a little bit late on
there on his man, Gay.
He's a little bit late, Vardy.
First booking for Leicester player today. He's found goals against Palace in the past. He's not far off 400 appearances. And Leicester are going to make another substitution, it would appear. Louis Tielemans is making his way off the field. And Dennis Pratt, his fellow Belgian, is coming on. Had a loan at Torino last season. This is Pratt's 5th appearance of this campaign. Tielemans again really hasn't quite lived up to what he's capable of today, has he? I don't think.
No, but I mean I think he's been a good presence on the pitch for him. I think I'd be reluctant to take the likes of Yuri Tielemans off, I think, because of the quality he possesses, especially when you're at home, you're going for a goal.
Both managers are standing, arms folded, looking intently across the pitch, both knowing that probably one decent chance will be enough to win it, as Palace come forward through midfield with Schlupp, who finds Olise. Olise looking to take on Justin. It's a good defensive clearance though by Leicester. It comes out to Jaro Riedewald and he slips it through towards Jordan Ayew. Now, has that taken a touch and gone for a corner? No, he's going to penalise Ayew for a foul, the referee. Instead, I think he did take a touch off the defender Daniel Amati before it crossed the line, but he was being pushed in the back by Jordan Ayew.
It was always a bit of a risk though here, wasn't it, from Amati, because the ball didn't quite have the pace to run off the pitch. It certainly has
too much wrong with that.
No.
Shoulder to shoulder with him. There didn't seem to be any great contact, but anyway, the free kick has now been taken and Leicester have it with Mendy inside his own half and going nowhere at the moment. Finds Castagna and back it comes to Danny Ward, who, as you say, has made one really good save. The only real test. Edouard's low shot palmed away by the Leicester goalkeeper. Have either side been good enough to genuinely win this game?
I think Leicester look most likely, you know, but we haven't really seen Jamie Vardy have a chance yet, have we?
Here's Ward for Palace at the other end. Now Olise tackled by Justin and then it's picked up by Barnes. There's cover for Palace from Schlupp. He finds Gehi. Now it's Milivojevic, centre midfield. Support from Riedewald and now Eze. That's a good ball. Here's Jordan Ayew. He's only got Mateta in the box, joined now by Olise. Ayew tries to get the cross in, it deflects and ends up on the roof of the net. And it'll be a goal kick. 6 minutes left for either of these two teams to find what will surely be the winning goal if it comes. Kelechi Iheanacho might provide it. He's coming on for Leicester. Player who is another one who's tormented Palace in the past. He scored 3 goals against them in previous meetings. He's replaced Harvey Barnes, who was eye-catching in the first half, particularly. But Iheanacho is the sort of player who he's only got 1 goal in 11, but he sort of scores in fits and starts, doesn't he? He gets on little runs and then has little drought spells in between. Anyway, here's Amate. coming forward for Leicester City. He's on halfway, changes direction and goes back to, well, Fas. Now it's Justin, Fas again.
At least they've got two strikers on the pitch.
Yeah. Nacho and Vardy. Well, those two. Here's Milivojevic for Palace. Finding Eze. Fast with a clearing header. Now then, Maddison trying to find Dewsbury Hall, not able to. Knocked back by Ayew to Milivojevic. Now it's Jordan Ayew again inside the last 5 minutes of the King Power. Don't forget we've got Wolves coming up, entertaining Nottingham Forest, which will be of great interest, particularly to Leicester City, who, with a 0-0 draw at the moment, are second from bottom in the table. A Forest defeat would keep them there, but any kind of result for Forest would leave Leicester rock bottom. And there are glum faces, aren't there, around the King Power? I mean, it's not been the sort of game to entertain, but to be honest, Leicester at the moment, it's more about points than entertainment, isn't it? And you just get the impression the crowd don't maybe think that one is enough. I think probably thought here today we got a good chance. We won the last game handsomely against a struggling club. Obviously Palace not struggling as much as Forest, but Palace haven't done a huge amount to win the game, and Leicester really haven't been able to get in behind them often enough. They might here with Iheanacho far side, drifts infield, square ball to Maddison, touched by him. Now it's James Justin. Justin on his left foot clips it in. It might be kept in by Castagna, who couldn't get sufficient hook on the ball to keep it in play and has put it behind.
Yeah, you can just see a bit of anxiety from the crowd as well. James Justin played the ball backwards, and the crowd are on him, obviously wanting to play forward. This time he does take the ball forwards, an okay ball into the box, you would say. He hasn't really picked anyone out. Difficult one for Castagna to keep in play, as the game has probably been devoid of any sort of real quality in around the penalty box. But Leicester, I think, have looked most likely. It's just, as you say, it's a point, I guess. It's another point for them, which have been hard to come by, but it's a case of it possibly could have been a little bit more quality.
One win in 10, though, this season for Leicester City. That'll be the third game this season where they've avoided defeat if they get this draw. Drew with Brentford on match day 1, beat Forest here, and it seems with a couple of minutes plus stoppage time to go that they might get another point now, unless Palace can break their hearts late on. And they've got a corner here, the visitors from South London. Castagna with the touch to take it across the goal line, and Eze over on the far side preparing to swing it in. It's only the second corner that Crystal Palace have had in the entire match, and it's come in the 89th minute. Anderson, tall man, has gone up alongside Mateta, who's also got plenty of height, as Eze prepares to deliver. You can hear the word away being shouted. Castagna obliges, then there's a complete miss kick from Milivojevic, who in falling over takes out a Leicester player with him, Mendy, and it's a free kick to Leicester as Patrick Vieira folds his arms and trudges disconsolately back into his technical area.
Yeah, I mean, I can understand, because, you know, the ball that's coming from the corner has gone to the back post of the smallest player on the pitch.
Yeah.
And you think you've got Mateta making a run towards the near, you've got Joachim Anderson in the centre.
Now that's a decent ball. Suddenly, almost a break down the flank by Dennis Pratt, and he's won a corner with the toe poke by Guerhi. It was a good ball forward to him. The Belgian substitute was onto it quickly, and suddenly, having defended a corner at one end, Leicester City have one now themselves. They've taken it short. It's Iheanacho. He wants to shoot, and he shoots straight at Gaeta. It was a little ambitious, and Gaeta was behind it all the way.
Yeah, they did well though, Leicester, because Palace just switched off, took it early. I think Iheanacho had a look, thinking, shall I cross this? Went for goal, but straight into the arms of Gaeta.
Anderson, final minute of the 90. Here's Pratt, and Iheanacho. This might be the chance. Still has it somehow. Lays it back to Dewsbury Hall and fires wide. Thinks he got a deflection. Iheanacho rather fumbled his way into the penalty area. And Maddison was out wide. If Dewsbury Hall had spotted him and he shot, Maddison's not happy about that.
Well, he should have given it to him, that's for sure, Dewsbury Hall.
He has taken a flick, it's a corner, and we're into 4 minutes of stoppage time. There is still time, but it's going to be late if either team are going to win this one. Maddison with the corner. In it comes. Goalkeeper's there and an easy catch for Gaeta.
Too many of them
down onto the floor.
Too many of them, John, today. You know, Gaeta either into his gloves so that he can catch or punch away. Disappointing ball in from Maddison.
Gaeta's not in any great hurry to get the ball upfield, which suggests that Crystal Palace are fairly happy with the point, which will lift them up one place in the table, depending on what teams below them do this weekend. They'd move into 13th place above Leeds United and West Ham, but of course those two sides yet to play, although Palace are level on games with those two sides. Here's Riedewald, who's done well to get there ahead of Iheanacho and clear the ball for Palace. Like a shove by Amati there on Mateta. The Palace fans are angry, but nothing's been given. Leicester, a team who seem to want to get... has gone up yet to score for Leicester City since joining them in September. There's the ball in, it's headed behind by Gehi. Another corner to Leicester City. Gehi is looking around at his fellow defenders. Maddison's gone across, Iheanacho is there too, it's taken short. Iheanacho looking to cross, headed away by Palace, but not very far. Here's Pratt finding Fass. Fass looking for a gap but can't find it, and Eze will bring it away for Crystal Palace. And he's done really well there, Eze, and he was fouled in the end. It's a free kick to Palace, which might just take a little bit of the sting out of the situation.
Yep.
Brendan Rodgers walks back towards his seat in the dugout. Patrick Vieira still on the edge of his technical area, but fans are beginning to leave. The King Power now sensing that there isn't going to be any last gasp drama. They are at least off the bottom, Leicester, with a point, but for how long? We'll find out very shortly, because Forest below them, as it stands, are up next. Last minute of stoppage time. Long kick forward, flicked on, Fass with the clearing header for Leicester, and then Castagna. Now it's Ayew far side, but the ball's broken to Kiernan Dewsbury Hall, who knocks it forward for Vardy to chase. Out comes Gaeta, good header by the goalkeeper, and then a thumping lump upfield by Anderson. Header back by Amati, and then met by Dewsbury Hall. This is Maddison, is there to be one last chance? Vardy's peeled away. This is Jamie Vardy to the byline, still Vardy cuts it back, can't find Maddison. Maddison's going down in the box, nothing given. Oh, he's going to book him for a dive, I think. Leicester wanted a penalty. I'm not sure that was a dive by Maddison. I don't think it was a penalty, but I'm not entirely sure he dived. We'll have another look at it. Maybe I'm wrong, but anyway.
I think Maddison just raised his arms there as if to say there wasn't a touch. Let's just see here. Look, yeah, after he's Milivojevic has just gone close. No, he's dived.
Yeah, he's okay. Fair enough. Another booking, but not a serious one. Leicester fans across. This might be it now, as Maddison will be suspended for the home game against Leeds next time out. So that's a costly booking for him for a dive. Gaeta spots the ball down on the edge of the 18-yard box. I'm pretty sure Andy Madley will blow his whistle once this ball is launched forward by the Crystal Palace keeper, who's kept a clean sheet. And that is it. Boos from Leicester City supporters as the two managers shake hands, Brendan Rodgers and Patrick Vieira. Not in truth the most distinguished of games. Leicester City, just for the time being, are off the bottom of the table, but they may not stay there for long. Palace getting a point away from home. But in truth, it was a game that neither side were capable of doing enough to win, and it finished at the King Power Stadium. Leicester City 0, Crystal Palace 0 on Premier League Live. Barnes on the near side, he's taking it down well. It's Harvey Barnes, it's Daka, it's Barnes, that's a good save by Gaeta. It's not yet clear, finally scooped away by Joel Ward. That's the finest